There's a kids, yeah, it's a little thing about, it's a 4chan thing. It's kids on the internet, they have this group of kids and they like to say funny words like barrel roll or there's a video game move from Star Fox. Star Fox 20?
Star Fox 64.
Yeah, and they've been dogging me for a year. Gotta tell you, driving me nuts actually. Sometimes I wake up in the middle of the night and I scream, 4chan!
A series of crippling scandals rocks 4chan, as well as the rest of the internet, forcing public and legal pressure against the website from the general public, the media, legions of celebrity-funded lawyers, the FBI, and even its own anons. An image board site called MasterChan is created, where all the mentally sick people who were banned from 4chan and 8chan go. MasterChan can be found on the dark web. I wouldn't really recommend it though. I mean, this bear is on the screen for a reason. On the 13th, Moot adds business and finance in order to move the cryptocurrency generals from G, and the free market and neoclassical posters from Pol. On the 25th, the start of the Crimean Crisis begins, which would eventually lead to the annexation of the Crimean Peninsula by none other than the Russians. On Pol, threads about it devolved into a shit show, with a lot of World War III doomslayers, and people accusing other people of being Russian or EU shills. On March 25th, all hell breaks loose when it is announced that Facebook is purchasing a gaming device called the Oculus Rift for $2 billion. V and a couple other boards devolve into outrage, with V's title getting changed to Where Were You When Gaming Died, with one of the Evangelion themes playing in the background. For April Fool's Day, CAPTCHAs are substituted for fake Japanese character CAPTCHAs. To get the actual CAPTCHA, you needed to scroll over the fake CAPTCHAs. On the 20th, pages 11 through 15 are removed from B. On the 23rd, an Australian manages to get admin access and starts posting as Moot. He posted the location of an infamous in-poster, IPs of mods and janitors, and the password to the moderator IRC channel. Subsequently, 4chan was frozen for about 6 hours. On July 12th, the oldest non-sticky thread on 4chan finally dies after 978 days, which is almost 2.5 years. It was overtaken a few months later by a different iThread. On the 30th, the robot on R9K is disabled, the reason being that R9K ceased to be original content years ago. The board quickly devolves into B 2.0. Also on that day, a user on Pol makes a post saying, "Art used to be something to cherish. Now literally anything could be art. This post could be art," which then was photographed off screen and framed by another user, who posted another reply in the thread with a photo of the framed quote. Later, that user created an auction on eBay for the framed picture, which quickly rose to a high price, being over $90,000, after which many news outlets reported on the story. On August 17th, 4chan's literature board starts writing a book collectively that later came to be known as The Legacy of Totalitarianism in the Tundra, the first book by 4chan and probably the first written anonymous collaboration online. All the proceeds from the book on Amazon are donated to the Autism Research Center. August 31st, The Fappening. A guy on B leaks several hundred celebrity nudes hacked off of iCloud. TMZ offers him over $1 million for the rest of the content, in which he declines, and he continues to upload pictures and videos throughout the rest of the day. The original thread on B he made reached over 10,000 replies, causing the entire site to lag. The event was dubbed by 4chaners and the media as the Fappening. And I'd go to say, this is probably the most significant event in 4chan history up to this point, in terms of the media attention it brought to the site. On September 2nd, a 17-year-old kid on Out embarks on a 5,500 kilometer walk from Perth, Western Australia to Sydney. On the 16th, despite being previously allowed, Gamergate discussion was being banned and every post was being deleted, with no explanation. Users riot and accuse an unspecified rogue mod. In the wake of the crackdown, 4chan's feedback page is removed from the site. Moot's email also disappears from all contact pages. On the 18th, Moot uses a sticky on V to declare Gamergate discussion officially banned from the whole site for violating Global Rule 4, no doxing. Following the crackdown, a vast amount of complaining stirs up on B, with a good portion of threads speaking out against the 4chan moderation team. Many said threads proposed that users should simply leave 4chan on October 1st, which is 4chan's 11th anniversary, and only return if the moderation team returns to its original relaxed state. Many of these users resort to going to 8chan, which freely allows Gamergate discussion. On the 24th, Lit writes a sequel to the original book, The Legacy of Totalitarianism in a Tundra. This book is titled The Legend of Totalitarianism in a Tundra 2, Miami, and it only took about a day and a half to complete. October 1st, the 17-year-old from Out, now known as Little Thor by the community, passes the 1,000-kilometer mark. 8chan unsuccessfully raids B, and 4chan turns 11 years old. November 5th, a murderer who strangled his girlfriend and uploaded the pictures of her corpse to 4chan is apprehended. Judging by the media coverage, being associated with 4chan trumps the fact that an innocent girl was deleted. November 21st, Moot makes a new blog post saying that janitors now have the ability to request warnings instead of bans. He also states that roughly 90% of 4chan users are lurkers, and only 10% of the 20 million monthly users are actually posters. He also illustrates some changes in the mobile version of the site. On the 23rd, a new sticky on Co explicitly states that posting of non-work-safe content under spoiler tags is not permitted and will result in a ban. Furry content is also not permitted, causing furries on the board to protest and outrage. December 7th, the Polacost, aka Pol Harbor. Mood goes nuts and transforms Pol into a shitposting board. It starts with the addition of multiple word filters. For example, Mood would become the CEO of Troll Inc., and Cuck would become Cluck. You get the memo. More word filters were added as the day progressed. 4chan temporarily goes down for maintenance and comes back a few hours later. Several threads were stickied. The first is a locked "for free" thread mocking the janitors, and the second is a picture of Mood getting fucked by Anita and Zoe. Captchas and country flags are removed, urging people to test Pol's new captcha-less posting. The posting timer was reduced to only 15 seconds, and the thread creating timer was reduced to only 1 minute. And as you can assume, this invited a lot of spam. Many nonsensical stickies were created. Furry, girl, lolly, and pony porn was also posted on the board, with little retaliation from mods. The board is renamed The 8 Steps of Cuckolding, with the subtitle, "She Does It for Fun." A feature is added which makes every post proceed with trigger warning. The fortune feature is added to the board, and is later changed to Your Privilege, instead of Your Fortune. In hindsight, many believe these happenings meant that Moot was gonna delete Pol, but all these dumb changes dissipate within the next day. On the 11th, IDs are again removed from B, and on the 12th, Pol is given IDs when a B user requests that Moot brings back IDs, and Moot says that the user didn't specify the board. And you may be wondering why the hell Moot is going over the top with all this trolling.
I guess we'll never know.